start out with the challenges? Is it all about costs?
To be honest with you, most of it's about service and speed.
Okay.
So from our experience, we find a lot of the requirements and a lot of the pressures are originated by the turnaround times, how fast we can deliver the product. So we have there's always a price issue. People are always looking for a good price, but realistically we find that the business that's approaching us is more speed orientated rather than cost orientated.
I mean, you can always argue about a trade-off between cost, quality, delivery, but I echo your point. I think we are very much focused on delivering to the customer and making sure that we reflect their needs, and they are very different needs depending on that market.
Experience is that on the pre-press side, there's been an awful lot of investment and a lot of innovation. I don't see it reflected so much on the press side, unfortunately, especially when it comes to addressing some of the things which you mentioned, Neil. So wastage, time to market. I think there is a lot of time, a lot of money wasted by what I said originally about having some process controls in place on the print side. You know, it's 2016 now. You know, I think the next 5 years we'll see great leaps and bounds with regards to what's happening on the press side with quality control, process control, standardisation. It's going to be a big thing, and it needs to be, because that's where you save your money and save your time.
And it's no point being cheap if it's not very good or if it's going to be late. So you have to get those other things in place before the price is even an issue.
Over the last year, I've seen the industry starting to realise that investing in a new press at £500,000 isn't going to solve all your problems. It's great to have a fast press, but as you mentioned, Tim, you can run jobs badly fast, you know, or you can't get repeatability. So I really think that the time has come for the flexographic industry to take a step up and you look around at the tools that are available and the theories that are available from people like the FTA in America. They've gone to great lengths to get the information together to help people to implement standards. And just
from my perspective, certain markets that we've been involved in have driven us down a very high quality route, and it is about reproducibility and repeatability, and I'm thankful that we have a great control of the variables in our process. So without that control, you can't get the repeatability that you're talking about, and it's about working with your suppliers, it's about working with ink suppliers, it's about working with analog suppliers, working with repro companies.
It's also about, you can repeat it, but it's doing it consistently time after time after time. No matter how you're printing it, whether you're printing it out of a fixed colour palette or whether you're printing it using spot colours, because we all know that our brand companies, they don't want to give us fixed palette, they all have their special colour and you've got to achieve their special colour. So although there is a place in the market for fixed palette printing, I believe there will always be a place for spot colours. I mean,
you touched on people expecting automation to improve everything, and I think it doesn't actually improve everything, it just makes things more difficult to do badly. I think that's what it does. So in the same way as digitising everything, you know, digital plate suddenly made it difficult to make a poor plate. It didn't mean that your plates were any better than the good plates that you were making before. Just making rubbish ones was more difficult all of a sudden.